July bans, what happened to them after they were banned, pizzas delivered to my house, and even new upcoming servers. I'm Poogan, and I'm with my co-host today, Sroche, and this is the Forgotten Bands Podcast. Welcome, everyone. How's it going? How are you doing, Sroche?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, thank you. So, this is episode 1 of the Forgotten Bands Podcast, and hopefully you are having a fine day, evening, morning, whatever time of the day it is for you. Hopefully you're having a great one. But yeah, this is a new idea. We're jumping on the podcast trend that every RP server just seems to have to do. But this one's a little different. This one's a little special. Do you want to explain why, Sroche?
Well, per the name, we're going over some of our forgotten band players. No pun intended there. Just bands that we have forgotten about that we're going to go back on, discuss some of those situations, kind of how those situations went, as well as a bunch of other stuff. We got some pizza delivery action, new servers over the summer in the RP community here, and then also this server's summer experience, CVCRP. So, exciting stuff.
Yeah, and server CVC's been around for almost over 3 years now, actually. So there is a lot of stuff you're going to see and have to deal with during this time. So pretty much the whole idea of this is to go over our experiences. Sroche's been here for over a year and a half, and I've been here for over 3. So there is a lot of stuff to go over. So that's kind of the whole premise of this podcast server. So let's actually just jump straight into our first topic here. Alright, so first up on the chopping block here is the July bans. And this is going to be our 5MN Xbox server. So we do have a huge list, but we're not going to be going over everyone one by one. We are going to be going over by the most noteworthy of bans, the ones that were most enjoyable experiences, and that is sarcastic. So Sroche does have a list here that we are going to go over. Sroche, if you want to go ahead and start us off here with the list.
Start on Xbox, I think.
Yeah, that'd be...
Now... Full Discord names here aren't necessary, but we do get some nicknames here. I'm just going to piece apart these names. We got someone who came into the server, interrupted scenes by screaming, was loud and obnoxious in their mic, and lied about their age.
Wow. That's good.
That's a good way to kick off the mic.
It
We've
is.
always got people that will come in and be a little bit obnoxious. So that's one of our friends, Tyler. He's out there somewhere.
Thank you, Tyler.
Someone who was kicked twice. Okay, kicked twice from the server for being inactive. Was previously unpermanently banned, which we do at the end of each year. Okay. Then he was banned again, and then he was accepted for that appeal, came back, and got banned again. So basically, if you are a permanently banned player, you can technically get unpermanently banned at the end of the year. But then this guy came back and got banned 2 times after that. So he legitimately maxed out his ban.
There's like nothing else that you can do.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Also double cleaning. Our friend Waylon.
Thank you, Waylon, if you're watching. Thank you for the appearance.
Maxing out your bans.
Yes.
That's a pretty big milestone. This one's one of my personal favorites. We have recruiters in the server bring people in. Sometimes they make a few mistakes here and there. This one definitely made a few mistakes. So... This recruiter wasn't changing the applicants' ranks as they were coming into the server. Instead of reviewing the applications correctly, this person decided to read over the applications during the interview publicly, announced each applicant's date of birth publicly during the interview, which is great. Only started the interview 20 to 30 minutes late, which is also interesting.
Yeah, that's...
Incorrectly read over things during the interview. Interviews lasted 2 to 3 hours. Not normal. Not good. Didn't record the recruits properly, and ignored all aspects of training, basically. So that recruiter was dealt with properly. That's our friend Ian. Shout out to him.
Thank you, Ian.
So this group of people was malicious towards the community, formed a banned player server, attacked the CAD system and the Zello, which is our radio system, spammed the recruitment server and channels within the main server with racism, attempted to recruit members from our community to their server, and this is where it's going to hit you, Poogan. They called Poogan fat multiple times. They called Poogan corrupt and lazy. They said Poogan did, quote, nothing for the CVCRP community.
Yes. Yes. So how about we just all right? So how about we take that? So we just take the ones you went over. Let's start off with the ones you started with at the start of this, and we'll just start explaining one by one, and we'll go back to these guys then. So we've explained the list. Now let's go through them and like review them and explain our experiences with them. I think that'll be the best way to kind of do it.
Okay. So we got on the 6th was our person that was underage, lied about their age,
Mm-hmm.
and was interrupting scenes.
And
Now,
that was
in my experience, these people come up more often than you think. Sometimes they're on the verge. Should they be recruited? Should they not be recruited? They come in, and most of the time, whenever you're on that line of should we bring them in, should we not, it's normally a not because they end up getting banned. So,
you know
do you
we
have any fun experiences with these type of people on scenes?
I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of times where we have like underage, especially but like the first year of CVC when we weren't super strict with the rule and it was more of like a 13, 14 blurred line. We had a lot of younger people in the server. Now, people get like mad like that we don't accept them for their voice. Like it's not like us trying to be rude. Like we can't have a cop or a firefighter that sounds like they're 12 years old trying to say like, sir, were you shot, you need like medical help, like it doesn't seem legit whatsoever. It sounds like it doesn't sound right, you know what I mean? It doesn't work. And I can make a lot of bad jokes, but I think the best thing I can remember from like a younger player is when they said "Hey Punga Man" in general chat during our briefing. And there was like 45 people in there, and it was like the highest pitch voice you can think of. So I think that's probably, but yeah. I mean, there's some respectful younger guys out there, but at the same time, there's a lot of little kids that just need to stay off of the games for a few more years and then come back.
Sometimes we'll even have parents of these kids
Take the mic.
that decide to take the mic and talk to us themselves. About
Either
why
claiming
their child-
the age of their child or one of our past admins told this kid to mute his mic because he wasn't listening, and the kid's dad got on the mic and started screaming at the admin in the chat, just cussing him out. It was one of the best experiences ever.
Yeah, so these people, they come in, but luckily, it's kind of funny at the time, or maybe after the fact it's funny. It's not funny at the time because you're going to ban the person, but after the fact, these type of people are great to look back at because who knows, maybe now they sound older and they come back. That's happened before, right? People get banned.
Oh, yeah.
They get older, they come back. So that's definitely interesting. We did have one in the month of July. What was the next one I went over? We had...
I think it was Wayland.
Yes. So people that get banned, permanently banned, and then unbanned, and then banned, and then banned. It's a lot. Yeah, you'll have people such as Wayland who will get permanently banned, get unpermanently banned, and then get banned again. And the best part about those people is that you can kind of tell they're going to get banned again. Like, you'll get permanently banned. You'll be like, oh, I want to come back. And it's great. You'll come back. You'll do good for maybe a week, maybe a month. And then it just starts to go back downhill, like the same route that you took originally. I've seen that many times. Do you have any, I'm sure you know a few people, Poogan.
Thank you. Yes.
Have gotten permanently banned again.
Oh, of course. Thank you for that. If you are permanently banned, it's usually for a good reason, and I should probably learn from that. Even though I'm saying it now, I should probably take that more into account. It's actually kind of hard to get permanently banned from a server. Like getting 2 bans or getting permanently banned your first ban. People think it's easy. We actually give you a lot of chances, and to break like that many rules, or to get permanently banned, you did a lot of bad stuff. It's a little hard to do that. So
plus, you'll have people that are permanently banned, and then they're like, "Oh, you didn't give me a chance." Some things you're just gonna get permanently banned. For example, like coming into the server, maybe you get angry about something, you get mad at someone, and then you decide to start blowing things up, doing things you shouldn't in the sessions. That's going to get you permanently banned right away. People don't seem to grasp that if you attack the RP like that, it results in a permanent ban. So those are some where maybe you don't get 2 chances, but it's deserved, Same as anything malicious towards the community is the same path, really. I mean, you'll have people that will try to delete things, try to mess with members, spam things. Anything that's malicious towards the community, you're intentionally doing it. Whatever your reason is, it's not justified. There's ways to go about dealing with issues besides blowing things up or spamming things or.
Well, I mean, how many times was
doing
he
all
banned? Like 3 or 4 times, you said?
Well, if this message I'm assuming is correct because we do research, so this person was banned, whether it was permanently banned, whether it was 1 or 2 at the start, I don't know. So let's just call it 1 permanent ban. He was unpermanently banned, then he was banned again, so now he's
2
banned
bans.
again. 2 bans, 1 being permanent. Then he's unbanned and banned again. So that's 3. So it's anywhere between 3 and 4. 4 is really the max you can get, because then
You shouldn't even have to get 4 bans. Like, that should
Yeah.
never... Even 3 or 2. Like, if we're giving you the chance to come back, that's, that you should take that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the first time he got unpermanently banned, he attacked a session, let's just say. I don't know if that's true. And then he learned from it, came back, and then did something smaller. Maybe he gets another chance. But a lot of times the reason why you don't see 4 bans or 3 bans and still coming back is because they don't give sufficient reasons for why they should be allowed back. The last one with the big group is one of our staff members. Now, staff members' bans can go differently because staff are obviously held to higher standards and have more rules or expectations.
Yep.
But messing up this bad, it's not great, right? Because you have this person who's representing the server, and then if they tank and start doing bad things, it hurts the rest of the server, and it discourages people who are trying to come into the server. So, when you're doing things completely off the charts, for example, going over application questions to the whole interview and taking 2 to 3 hours of people's time to do this. Luckily, when we saw this, it was dealt with right away.
Well, tell us, what would you say is the average recruitment time for, like, Xbox and 5M? Because you're saying 2 to 3 hours, which obviously is nowhere near the actual real time.
Yeah. I'd say 45 minutes. We really say like an hour max, but normally it's around 45 minutes. Really, it gets to an hour when there's like a lot of people, because you have to do the same thing.
So many things, yeah.
People, because a lot of times people come in and they're used to other servers. They don't understand. We don't have an interview every single 5 minutes, but the reason for that is because we don't do individual interviews. You're not being talked to one-on-one. That's basically what the application's for. It's a one-on-one thing, and then when you're talking to the recruiter, the person who's bringing you in, that's when you're just going over information you need to know. You've already been accepted, really, for the most part, unless you do something
Well, and
stupid
then
during the...
other servers have like a 2-week-long freaking training course in a different server that's not an RP server. That's why their interviews take 3 seconds, because you're spending the next 2 weeks of your life doing nothing but train just to go into the main server and get banned the next day. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. It's a waste of time. So people do complain, and luckily... Well, whoever complained for this recruiter, they it
was justifiable.
It was. Yeah, they did it in a manner that was appropriate, I guess you could say. But normally, a lot of people will come in and just recruiters are doing their job normally, and you'll have people complaining. But luckily, this one recruiter who made a few mistakes dealt with. That was an interesting one. But you'll have a lot of staff members that will come and go just because they're busy. A common one.
Yeah.
You'll have your occasional, your occasional flake out with some crazy people. Maybe they're starting their weight loss journey and they need to go separate ways for that. New education, new job. Those are all reasons why you'll see staff members leave. But and then we get our big group. We get a big group here.
Big group.
And these people were all malicious in one way or another. See, when we put multiple people in the same message, they could have done one, they could have done the other. So not everyone did all those things. But if their name's on that list, they did one of them, which means if you, let's say, were spamming racist comments in a channel, even though you weren't partaking in, like, attacking the radio system, if you were just putting those racist comments, that's enough for a permanent ban. So people don't seem to understand that. We read this and like, oh, I didn't do all that stuff, but you did one of those things, which is why your name's on the list. So these people all happened mid-July. What happened there?
That's a interesting time. That was actually around the time that I think it was like around a month. Then once we switched to 5M, we were trying to get things figured out on 5 and Xbox, and I think a lot of people were being impatient, and it was just getting toxic. A lot of talking behind the backs of people during that time. A lot of talking behind the backs. So
So,
Um,
Poogan, weren't these people here for months and did a lot for the server, and then you just randomly ban them? What's up
yeah,
with that?
I just want.
They don't get more of a chance than like a normal like a regular member. They don't get special privilege.
Here's the thing. These members were here for months, and I trusted them, and I thought I could trust them, but when you break the rules, you break the rules. We aren't pulling favorites for like anyone. I know that people like to claim that we don't do that. You can donate $1,000 to the server. You can still get banned just the exact same way other people can. There's no favorites to be pulling because that would be quote unquote corrupt. But supposedly I'm corrupt either way if I ban them or not. So that's the great thing to take from that. But these players specifically, I warned a majority of them, and they still kept doing the things they were doing, and that got them permanently. They got the ban. That got them to end up with the ban. And we'll put up a few screenshots real fast here while we are talking, like showing just a little bit of the proof here. I'm going to have to blur out some of the stuff they were saying because it'd get me immediately banned off YouTube, but pretty disgusting stuff to be saying during this time of the year with everything going on with the whole movements and protests and all that. It's very pretty rude, disrespectful.
Keep in mind that was Xbox 5M. We have less bans because there was less players, but with those July 16th bans, there's a whole other list of people over
Really?
the 5M side. In fact, we listed 9 or 10 people on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
On 5M, there's actually more. I think looks like there's 12 or 13.
Yeah, this was the more toxic group. These are the ones that were kind of talking behind the back mostly.
Still the same list of stuff that was done in one way or the other. We get a big list, I guess you could say. So,
yeah. Is this one going to be the same when it comes to what they did, or?
Yeah, it's the same stuff, same list. Just because a lot of them are the same type of person when you think about it.
Yeah.
The stuff they decide to do.
Say or do.
But,
they're sheep.
Yeah. Or type in chats.
Mm-hmm.
But not everyone's as bad as the other, but they all did something. They got permanently banned. There are more on the 5M side, which is actually surprising. But less bans for the month overall.
It's because, and I think Sroche could agree with us on this, is that if you there's a lot of great things in the freedom of speech and letting people do what they want, and I 100% agree with that, whether it's your life or the server. But if you let toxic people stay in your server, that is going to manifest into more stuff. And I'm going to say the quote that I will probably get joked with, but just one rotten apple can just ruin the entire bunch. Like, you got to make sure that you're getting rid of these people that we call rotten apples from the server, or they're going to pollute your entire server. They're going to poison it, and they're going to start stuff. And sadly, we didn't do that. In mid-July, we lost some members because of that.
Yeah, it's important to do. Now, a lot of times what you come across is you'll ban one person, and then whoever's friendly with that person, whether they know the situation or not, they'll either follow, do the same stuff, or they'll stay quiet about it, but then down the road they cause.
And they'll still take screenshots of the server. They'll tell them the insides of it, just stupid stuff like that. Yeah.
So the 5M people are similar to the Xbox people in the stuff they did, but you were right to say that they were almost a little bit worse.
Yeah, they definitely were a little worse. 5M guys were definitely worse. I was getting confused for a second what Xbox did. Xbox did a lot of bad stuff, but these 5M guys specifically take it to a whole new level of disrespect and disgusting stuff.
Well, those are the most noteworthy bans. Just kind of some insider information. We didn't go
over the names for them.
We didn't name those.
Any of them, Xbox or 5M. Yes.
But the big group. Let's see. These are gonna bring back some fond memories. Crazy Sniper.
No.
Extra Swiffy. Grievous Hair.
Oh, good.
Grizzly TV.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter 215.
Yeah.
Irishman. 28100. It's Olive Adam. Lutasi. Slush.
It's a joke.
Tyler L. Different Tyler. And XAEA 14.
Elon Musk's son's name.
Yeah, because
that makes sense.
That's a hilarious name. And then on the 5M side, Alex Y. Blackout. Chubbs. Not making these names up, by the way. Jagger, I think it's pronounced.
You.
Lushbug. Maddie 1691. I wonder what those numbers stand for. Flexbank. So Tyson YT. The Ace Phantom.
Dude, some of these names are like the people that wanted to be relevant, but were like so like no one knew who they were that they're just irrelevant with this group of other people. You know what I mean?
And then
Ventura, Ukrainian.
Ventura.
Ukrainian. Yeah.
So those are the people that are in those groups.
Our next topic, that was a great thing to go over, by the way. That feels really good. That's the fallout. What happened after we banned these people for what seems, besides the proof we show, but also the things we explained, they got banned for reasons. I would say 98% of our bans are justified and fair. Now, obviously, there's that 2% for the last 3 years that maybe a few of them could have been unfair here or there, but that is very rare, far between. So I would say these bans are justified. I don't know about you, but I would say that definitely. So this is the fallout.
No, I think you're corrupt.
I
think you're terrible. I think you're the worst owner ever. You know,
you heard it here, folks.
Sometimes I think to myself, if I wasn't here, wouldn't the server be so much better?
If I wasn't being paid daily $100, why?
Where do you think the donation money goes?
To my Tesla fund.
Poogan's Tesla fund. He's almost there. I think
almost
you're going
there,
for the
guys.
Cybertruck now, right?
Yes, the most expensive thing they can get for Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm going for that.
That's what he's going for.
Tesla fund.
Tesla fund. Fund it today.
That should be our next sponsor for the next episode. Whenever we end up having it, we'll get Tesla to hook us up.
Oh yeah, so the fallout. So what were some of the things that happened based on these July bans in one way or the other? Did you experience anything personally?
Oh, Sroche. I experience things in real life and in the server on a daily basis for a straight month before people calm down over these bans.
I think real life, I'm thinking like maybe someone emailed you, or maybe they put out your first name.
Oh, or like a picture of me or something.
Yeah, maybe they found.
Yeah, no.
That's the type of stuff that was happening to you, right?
No, sadly, no. Sadly, it was sending out my address, trying to call my parents and threaten to kill them, trying to dox my family, sending pizzas to my house. They did that for like at least another week or two. The morons actually got the wrong address the first week, so every day nonstop with their pizza, there was pizzas being delivered to houses all around me. They were just no-lifing the pizza game over where I lived, and they finally got it right. They just had to guess which address it was. But yeah, so giving out my address, giving out my personal information, my phone number, and my sending pizzas to my house and trying to scare my family and trying to quote unquote kill them. So that was nice. That was fun. Over bans. On a Discord server.
I think these people, based on what you did to them, this wasn't justified.
Oh no! Because what I did to them was so much worse than what they did to me. The thing is that only one to two of those people that were ever banned even have a reason to be mad at me. None of those people I did anything to. They got themselves banned. Whether it was being racist in the chats, like we talked about, calling us names, being disrespectful, not RPing correctly. I don't go out of my way to ban people. I don't like banning people. Neither do you. We ban people for reasons, but a Discord ban. Discord is a bunch of ones and zeros, and we're talking through just voice. This somehow, us banning them from a Discord server, they can go make their own, they can go talk, they can do whatever they want, led to them trying to kill me in real life. How does that even equal to that? Can someone explain that to me, please? I'm a little confused still.
Say these people have too much time on their hands.
Oh, God, yes. Yes. Yes, too much. Too much.
Well, you see, I'm very inactive in the community, so I don't really know what happened. That's why I'm asking Poogan. But, I guess that explains it.
See, Sadly, the harassment didn't just go to me. It was also going to minors in the server. Also, the people under the age of 18 being harassed for literally nothing.
Wait,
That's
Poogan, didn't you harass a minor?
oh
Didn't you
oh
post people's images without their, you know,
without their
when you
consent.
wait, when people said that you posted their picture without them approving of it, they never did that, did they?
No, never,
No,
never,
they wouldn't have
never.
done
There's
that.
totally not screenshots flying across the screen now of my face being used for every possible joke they can think
Yeah.
of. No, they never ever made fun of any of my things, my face whatsoever. Nothing.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say
See,
because
at least
you
I'm the
putting
one that actually puts my face on all my videos because I don't care at the end of the day. I don't hide
well,
behind my screens and harass people.
you putting these images into your video that they willingly posted within our server, that's terrible. But
Oh, I know.
when they post stuff about you, it's just deserved. You know,
Yeah.
it's deserved.
It's awful, and they went as far to try to take my videos down and get me in trouble through YouTube. Yeah, it's yeah. Wow, I'm just awful.
So another part of the fallout, you could call it,
Mm-hmm.
of banning people. See, July is special because it's more bans than we would normally do in a month. In a month, we do. Let's just put a number out there: 20 bans in a month, like people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true or not. It's
There's probably
somewhere
more,
around there.
but yeah.
Yeah, probably more. But July, you basically double that across both platforms, and that's just because of these people that were all friendly and all got banned at the same time. So another part of that is what happens once they're banned. They're looking for a server. What do they decide to do? They make a new one, right?
Yeah.
So banned player servers are an interesting place to be.
We call them branch off servers in the
Yeah,
RP owner area. These servers are straight jokes, all of them, not just the one
Most
these
of
guys
them-
made.
Yeah, most of them will take some stuff from the server they left. Sometimes it's a complete carbon copy. Sometimes it's just
This
parts
one's
of things
95% copied. I will not ever be told it's not.
The one in July is called Forgotten RP. No pun intended with the title of
Yeah,
the podcast.
our podcast name has nothing to do with such a
We're just
horribly
talking
named
about-
RP server.
Yeah, we're just talking about the people that we forgot about, like our bands that we forgot
This
about.
is like a retrospective. We go back and think about,
Yeah.
wow, thank God they're gone.
And maybe this will be a monthly thing where we go over the bands of that month. Maybe next
yeah,
we'll do
maybe we'll do June or
Au-
August.
August and
So many in
September,
August.
Maybe like after, because the thing is, we gotta wait 2 months after that month's over because we gotta forget about them, and then once we forgot
Yeah.
about them, then we go back and think about them again. So, the newest server created in July, I believe, is Forgotten RP, FGRP. Is that correct?
Yeah, let me remember. I forgot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure. So this server is where I don't know if it still is. Probably some new people, but it was all just banned players, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the people that got banned decided to get together, and that happens from time to time. My opinion, the best part about these servers is they fall apart after a while. Now, sometimes it doesn't last 24 hours. Sometimes it doesn't last a week. Sometimes it doesn't last a month. Sometimes it goes on a few months and then it dies down. Where would you put this server? The Forgotten server. Where would you put it?
Plexmake reminds me of another band player from a long time ago. He did the exact same thing. So Plex is not special. His server
He is.
lasted around. No, he's not. He's a joke.
He's special.
That server lasted around 2 months. I would give this one the exact same time. So it's been a month now. I would say give it one more month.
Well, I remember the owner of this server is one of our former members, like most of the people in that server, most of the staff in that server, I should say. I believe, personally, he was going to do something in his real life soon, so maybe when that happens, the server will be done, right? Or maybe it will shift ownership and then die down.
That will happen.
Because you got to think about it, this person who creates the server, they have no plan of stopping. In this case, he does have a plan of stopping because he has to leave, right?
Yeah, the whole plan of this is to do some stuff and then leave eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting. But band player servers are cool. Now there are some really great band players, and instead of going to these servers, they go just find another existing server. That's always good to see.
Go support
RP
the servers that are
stuff.
actually gonna last.
Yeah. But yeah. So
Good on
that
them.
is new servers.
Good on
Final
them.
topic. This is part 3, final topic, is CBCRP summer experiences. So, for me, I have just completed my second summer in the server. You have completed your fourth summer in the server. Well, 3.5 because the server started.
Yeah, but I'd count it as 4. Yeah.
Yeah, so 4th summer. The summer is a great time. It's a great time, but it's also not a great time depending on the year.
Depending,
right?
Yeah.
I think last summer...
Every summer something like this happens just because it's just the time that people are malicious.
Yeah. There's more people.
With more time.
Obviously results in more issues. And when the summer and years end, a lot of people are looking to opt out. Whether it's for college or for other adventures.
Career paths that may make more than $20,000 a year.
No matter what it is, a lot of times people opt out towards the end of summer. Now, for me, last year was a memorable summer.
Oh yeah.
Due to a few reasons. We had a fire department in the server, so the server has departments, obviously. The San Andreas Fire EMS on the Xbox platform. So we didn't have the 5M platform at the time, just the Xbox platform. They were not happy with me specifically.
Wait, people weren't happy with you, Sroche? When?
Yeah. I couldn't recall. I don't really remember. I don't know Poogan. I don't know. I have memory issues. But you'll have people that will get mad at you for their stupid things. I thought it was stupid. Maybe other people didn't. But in, I don't know, July probably again, maybe August last year, Sroche said no. Now, no in basically...
Every language.
Vocabulary. I don't know every language.
Well, Spanish and English.
Some languages, yeah, okay, at least Spanish and English. No, it's just, you know what? It's not happening, right? Not going to do it. Certain fire supervisors, chiefs, last summer were requesting certain items to be used in their departments, such as military Titan planes within game. Dubs the 6x6s is wildlife fire response.
And you said no to this?
I said no to this. I know it's a terrible decision on my part. I just said no because the server, I know it's Xbox, you don't have a ton of options for law enforcement related vehicles because we don't use custom law enforcement vehicles. Yeah. But, I mean, I said no because it doesn't make sense. You're not going to have a Mercedes 6x6 going down a trail.
We're going to be honest, that sounds kind of fair, Sroche, for you saying no about that.
You can't even do wildlife related scenes too often because like forest fires you can't make a fire that's huge. You can do a small brush fire, but you can't make a huge fire on Xbox. So when I was saying no, these people are getting angry. They're like, well, you're not in my department, why do you have a say about it? And I just had to say no. It is my position in the server. It's sometimes you gotta do that, and that got a lot of people angry last year. A lot. So that was last year's summer experience, right? Would you say that was the bulk of it?
Yeah,
yes. People getting angry because they were being denied access to things that have never happened in the server's past, still don't happen. But they were getting angry because they thought just because they came up with it means it's going to happen.
They thought that they would run the server better if they had those things, and they thought that they owned it. So when they found out they didn't, they lost their crap.
This summer was obviously different because the biggest issue shifted towards Poogan.
Yeah.
I got a break. I took a step vacation, I guess you'd say, from the.
It's like switching corn out for beans every year, every other year type of thing. That's a farmer thing, So it's like I get the crap one year, then Sroche, then I get it again the next year after that. So it's like every other year, take turns.
So next year is my year. So if any of you guys are permanently banned, permanently banned,
he is prepared.
Make sure to attack me. Remember, I'm the one who bans you, so I'm the one who should take the blame. I'm kidding. Sometimes that happens. So see, that's another thing, side story here. A lot of people get mad at the person who bans them, right? Is they're like, it's your fault. But the thing is, just because I'm the one going to ban you, there's not a huge staff presence that can ban people. There's a huge staff presence because it's a staff team, but there's not a ton of people that can ban you. So when I'm one of those people, I'm going to be doing it a lot. So if I banned you, I'm sorry, but it had to happen. So next year, come back and you can attack me, since we're alternating now.
Well, I can literally be like, I never have once talked to them, right? Like, let's say I never once talked to them. They've been in the server for 2 months, and they had, like, the best time ever. They end up getting banned. I have to ban them, right? Let's just say that. They immediately hate me and think I'm the worst person on earth.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we should just have a bot that does it, like a text-to-speech bot.
Yeah, it is like plays the recording.
Like, we throw you into a chat, like we pull you to a chat, and the bot's in the chat. We press play, the bot reads you your ban.
You are the 403rd person to threaten stealing our content for a new server.
Correct. And then me and you wouldn't have to take the blame, but you know. So this summer, obviously things took your turn.
I did have my turn.
And yeah, so how would you compare this summer to other summers? How would you?
I think that it's kind of hard to compare just because of what's going on with the whole pandemic, and I think that's what really got people the protesting and rioting and the pandemic. I think a lot of people are stressed out, and that led to a lot more stress from people, and that's what caused so much issues. For 95% of the people that left, I did nothing to them. I think they were just getting bored of RP, and they took the opportunity to take better. When I say better, that is a far-fetched word. Better ranks to go to a different server. They wanted to get promoted for free. It's like a free card for nothing that exists. Just ones and zeros, and that's just what it was. If you don't, I'm Civ 1 here, but I can get Civ 2 over there in this amazing server that's just starting up and that's going to totally destroy CVC. I'm going to go do it because that sounds cool. Because Poogan is making me mad. That's literally what it sounded like.
Well, speaking of summer experiences, a lot of it has to do with the RP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being in game, all that. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I was told that you don't have any RPs, Poogan. I was told that you haven't had an RP in over a month, and that when you do have an RP, it's 2 people. What do you say about that?
That just seems. I don't know how they know. That just seems like we have a spy in here.
Excuse me. I have my ways of knowing that are not your business.
No.
What's important is that I know that you haven't had an RP in 2 months, and it's your fault.
And I know that that's not true at the end of the day. And I also know that CVC won't die because people decide to leave the server. That's been something that's...
It's happened before. People don't realize. I mean, I know just from doing...
Like, it's almost frustrating how much they don't realize.
Like, Poogan, I do question mark server info in admin chat, and I know that the server has its ups and downs, right? Because I can see certain details about the community that other members can't see. And I know, okay, this happened. That was maybe an up and down. So the server has its ups and downs. And that's what happens when you have different groups, different weight classes of people coming in and out.
Say weight classes?
No, I said different groups of people.
Oh.
You different groups of people. Normally it's just one class. You have different groups of people that come in. They do what they want.
Age ranges.
Jobs. Stocks. But... you'll see that the CVCRP summer experiences, they're good overall, but normally towards the end.
Usually around late July, early August, something always happens where people think they're hot shit and they leave, and it's just...
This year it came early. But...
Yeah, well, I mean, summer kind of ended early in my opinion because summer started back in March. It's just...
That's true.
It's just been... You have had nothing to do
too
since
long.
late March. Yeah, it's been way too long. They've had too much free time, obviously, as you can tell. So I think it's time that they can.
No, they're very busy people.
They can go get a job and they can go start to go to school. I think that's probably best for them.
People who, I do the I do this for fun because I enjoy being in a game and having fun in a game, and also
you don't get paid.
Yeah, well, cut it out. But Poogan pays me in alcohol. I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm recording that. All right, send.
Maybe one day if current staff gets banned, he'll come back, watch this video, and finally get it. But
I feel like he'll watch it anyway.
Too busy. He's too busy to watch it.
Oh, you were saying that I pay you in alcohol.
Oh yeah, you do. That's right. I do get paid. I do it for fun, but people get a little bit too crazy at certain times of the year. Most of the time, I'm not 100% serious because I don't have to be. But normally, when it comes to banning people and all that, you gotta be serious. Unless there's a small category where they're from a certain region of the world, I guess you could say, and they're slightly under the age requirement, and then
They still drink at 13 or 14 though, so
that's true.
some of them get alcohol poisoning and almost die.
Selling a server.
Oh, are we gonna? You want to go over that?
Before we sell a server here, selling servers happens, right? People do that.
Yeah, and I don't think we should go over the details today, but I would like to say that is against TOS, and people that do that will be reported. So, but yeah, you shouldn't sell your server. But that is a thing that happens.
But if you're leaving in 3 months and you need a few quick bucks, I mean,
that's always something you can do. We have so much stuff to go over in future episodes that it's been spilling out in this one too. There's just so much stuff to go over, so much stuff we dealt with. But I think leaving it off on selling the server is a good thing to leave it off on. I think we've explained a lot. So. And my name's Poogan. I'm with my co-host Sroche, and this has been the Forgotten Bands Podcast. Have fun. Thank you for watching. Bye.